The Sahara Desert stretched endlessly, its golden sands shimmering under the scorching sun. But beneath this barren expanse lay secrets, ancient artifacts and structures that predated human history. These remnants hinted at a forgotten era, one where humanity and the Arcturians had clashed long before the current war. Dr. Markov stood atop a dune, shielding her eyes as she gazed at the excavation site below. The Resistance had discovered it months ago, but the pressing needs of survival had delayed any investigation. Now, armed with the stolen data, the team believed it might hold the key to turning the tide. Captain Rhea approached, her boots crunching on the sand. "Are you sure this is worth the risk?" she asked. Markov nodded. "If the legends are true, what lies here could be our greatest weapon, or our ultimate doom." The team descended into the excavation site, their footsteps stirring up ancient dust. The air grew cooler as they entered a vast underground chamber, its walls carved with alien symbols glowing faintly. Humanity's past and future were about to collide. In the heart of the chamber, the team found it, a massive artifact shaped like an obelisk but pulsating with a strange, otherworldly energy. Dr. Markov examined the symbols engraved on its surface, cross-referencing them with the stolen Arcturian data. "This isn't just a relic," she said, her voice filled with awe. "It's a power source. A weapon. The Arcturians must have used it during their first invasion, and somehow, humanity managed to seal it away." Sergeant Malik approached cautiously. "If they sealed it away, there must have been a reason. Maybe it's too dangerous." Before anyone could respond, a low hum filled the chamber, growing louder by the second. The obelisk began to glow brighter, its energy radiating outward. The team exchanged worried glances. "It's activating," Markov said urgently. "We need to figure out how to control it before—" Her words were cut off as a holographic figure appeared, projected by the obelisk. It was humanoid, but its features were alien, an Arcturian, but from an ancient era. The figure spoke in a language none of them understood, yet its tone carried a warning. The team's discovery had not gone unnoticed. High above, an Arcturian scout ship detected the energy surge from the obelisk. Within minutes, a squad of alien forces descended on the site, their dropships kicking up clouds of sand as they landed. Captain Rhea barked orders. "Defensive positions. We can't let them take this." The team scrambled for cover, using the ruins as makeshift barricades. Plasma bolts rained down, their blue light casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls. The Resistance fighters fought valiantly, their determination unmatched. Private Lila, still grieving the loss of Fort Haven, took out an enemy drone with a well-placed shot. Malik, despite his doubts about the obelisk, stood his ground, providing cover fire for Dr. Markov as she worked to decode the artifact systems. But the Arcturians were relentless. Their advanced tactics and superior firepower began to overwhelm the humans. Captain Rhea realized they couldn't hold out much longer. "Markov, we need that thing operational, now," she shouted just as the team was about to be overrun. The obelisk emitted a blinding pulse of energy. The entire chamber shook, and the Arcturian forces froze mid-attack, their systems disrupted by the artifact's power. Dr. Markov stood back, her eyes wide. "It's responding to us," she said. "I think it recognizes us as its creators, or maybe its protectors." The holographic figure reappeared, its tone less hostile now. With a wave of its hand, the chamber's walls lit up, revealing a map of Earth dotted with ancient sites. "These are other obelisks," Markov explained, her voice trembling. "If we can activate them all, we might be able to create a planetary shield, or even drive the Arcturians off Earth entirely." But the obelisk's activation had come at a cost. The pulse attracted more enemy forces, and the team's position was now completely exposed. Captain Rhea clenched her fists. "We've got what we came for. Let's get out of here before we're buried alive." The team retreated from the chamber, carrying as much data and equipment as they could. The ground trembled beneath their feet as the obelisk's energy destabilized the surrounding area. Outside, the desert was alive with chaos. More Arcturian dropships descended, their troops spreading out to secure the site. The Resistance's transport craft waited on the horizon, its engines roaring as it hovered just above the sand. Sergeant Malik covered the team's retreat, his rifle blazing as he held off the advancing aliens.
Go.
"I'll catch up," he shouted, his voice filled with determination. The team boarded the craft, and Captain Rhea reluctantly gave the order to take off. As the ship ascended, they saw Malik sprinting toward them, firing over his shoulder. Just as he reached the ramp, an Arcturian soldier took aim. A single plasma bolt hit its mark, but Malik's armor absorbed the worst of it. The team pulled him aboard, and the craft rocketed into the sky. Below, the Obelisk's energy surged again, creating a massive explosion that consumed the Arcturian forces and buried the site once more. Back at the Resistance base, the team debriefed Commander Reynolds on their discovery. The data from the Obelisk was unlike anything they had encountered before, a mixture of human ingenuity and alien technology. Dr. Markov worked tirelessly to analyze it, her excitement tempered by the enormity of the task ahead. "If we can unlock the secrets of this technology, we might finally have a way to fight back," she said. Captain Rhea, still shaken from the mission, nodded. "But the Arcturians won't stop. They'll come for us harder than ever." Commander Reynolds placed a hand on her shoulder. "Then we'll be ready. This war isn't just about survival anymore. It's about reclaiming our world." As the team rested, the Obelisk's holographic map lingered in their minds. The locations of the other artifacts were now their targets, and each one represented a potential turning point in the war. But they knew the Arcturians would do everything in their power to stop them. The battle for Earth was far from over, but humanity had found a glimmer of hope in the heart of the desert.